Jamie Lee Curtis has now finished filming for Halloween Ends and will now never play Laurie Strode again. I'm sure we've all seen Jamie Lee Curtis uploaded an Instagram photo with a couple of photos on there, basically just saying goodbye to this trilogy more so than anything. She basically goes on to thank a load of people, and she thanks like Blumhouse and the other production companies that have helped her. It's definitely more of a goodbye to the trilogy than the character Laurie and like the entire franchise as a whole, which I know some people are reading into as like, oh, this means she's going to play Laurie again in the future, just not part of this trilogy, which I can't really say isn't true, because she may pick up the character again at a different point, maybe when a different company takes over. But I think the reason this was more directed at the trilogy is obviously because it's her final day filming. You know, she might never get the chance to play Laurie again, even if in the future she does want to. But we see the Laurie Strode Forever tattoo, and then we see David Gordon Green with the tattoo that the boyfriend, I forget his name, in Halloween 2018 has, basically the date of Halloween. But in terms of Jamie Lee Curtis playing Laurie again, I don't think we're ever going to get that again. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that we obviously love Jamie Lee Curtis and Laurie Strode, but it really is time for it to move on now. I feel like this is going to give Michael as a character a whole new array of possibilities. You know, we can get into new storylines, new characters, hopefully in future releases. And I am happy that Laurie was in this trilogy. I do think it's a good trilogy to have if this really is the end of her character. But more importantly, I feel like this trilogy has given us a whole new opening for slasher movies. Obviously, we've got more Scream films coming out now, which is great. I really want to get into them. Obviously, I did watch Scream 5, and you know, now that number 6 has been given the green light, I'm excited for the future of that franchise. We got the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre film, obviously released on Netflix, which I think is also kind of where we're going to be going now. I do think we're going to see these like Netflix, you know, fast streaming services. I think we're going to see a lot of big slasher films be brought onto them platforms. I have another video where I want to talk about that solely. But back to Laurie, I've seen some people speculating that because she's now finished and they don't feel like production's been on that long, which I mean it has been on for like a month now, that she's definitely gonna die, which is not the case at all. Same with Lindsay. I actually read somewhere that I'm pretty sure she had more time filming this film than she did any of the other two in this trilogy. Obviously kills, that's kind of expected. She didn't really like have to do a lot, but we shouldn't be thinking that just because she's finished filming now she's gonna die. It's not the case. I know not everyone's thinking that, but there are a few people that maybe just don't know really how production works in films. But like, basically with films, they're not really typically shot in chronological order. Like, the ending for this film may well have already been filmed now, regardless of them still obviously having more filming days with different like characters, whoever. Like, we could easily already have the ending of this film completely shot. Obviously they're going to be doing reshoots and stuff, but when in this instance Jamie Lee Curtis has stopped filming but there's still longer to go with production, it's not something to think about in terms of, oh, this means she's not in the rest of the film that they're going to be filming, which, as I said, a lot of people already probably know that, but some don't. Some just want to see, you know, the final product and they might not know how a film's made. But yeah, in terms of if this is our goodbye to Laurie Strode, I think obviously Ends isn't out yet. We don't know how this plays out. But weirdly, I think the closer we get to Ends, the more excited I am for like what's going to come after Halloween Ends. You know, with Laurie being out of the picture, so we presume. I just think there's a lot of places that this can go, and a lot of different directions that they can now take this in. I'm really hoping that we just eventually get a whole new load of characters, somebody new to follow, some new people for Michael to just stalk. You know, whether we go back in time to maybe carry on a certain timeline or we get a full fresh take. I'm really excited for where it's going to go. So yeah, let me know what you think to this possibly being Laurie Strode's last ever appearance in a Halloween movie. This could be our final goodbye to the Strodes. And yeah, I'll see you guys in